small donation. I'm going to kind of quiz you guys on our promise, but I just kind of want to give you a story about how I got involved with our promise campaign. Um, in 2003, my father passed away of cancer. I had always been a donor of the campaign, but in 2003, it made it really relevant about the campaign and donating. So in 2004, our family started a scholarship in my father's name. My father was a basketball coach out at Consumer College in the South Sacramento area, also an instructor. My father was instrumental in having the Sacramento Kings practice at his facility when they came to this location here. Um, when they came, he asked them to build him a new gym. They said, hey, since you let us practice on your gym, we'll build you a new gym. So they decided to build him a new gym. So the gym that they currently have now and the men's and women's basketball team plays out of is the gym that the Sacramento Kings started building for them. My father, back in the early 60s, was wanted by the NBA to play in the NBA because of his score at College of the Sequoias in Visalia, California. He scored 51 points in a single game. So the NBA back then came and asked him to play in the NBA. That's when Bill Russell, Oscar Robinson, some of the greats were playing. My dad said, no, I don't want to play for the NBA. It's $1,000 to get in. Back then, $1,000 was a lot of money. And he had one child, one on the way. So he decided, I want to go and teach and change lives. So that's what he did. In the early 60s, he became the first African-American coach in the Southern Cal area. Now, think about that. Early 60s, an African-American coach at an all-white school, okay? That was unheard of, but my father did it. So he came here in 1972 and got the head coaching job at Casumas. Even then, he was the first African-American community college head basketball coach. So back then in 72, that was unheard of. But my dad, he broke through those barriers. So when he passed, all we could do as a family is decide to start a scholarship for him. So we did. So because of that scholarship, our promise has sent 15 students to a university. And that's $1,000, so that's $15,000. Think about that. So my passion for this, our promise, is my father. I always think about my father when I'm doing this. So that's why I'm here today, because I want to share with you guys the things that our community does with just $5. You can change somebody's life, and that's how we've changed. We've changed these students' lives with just $5. So I'm telling you, $5 a month, $60 a year is not a lot of money. You buy a Starbucks every day or every other day. That's $5. You can do that. So I'm just telling you guys and asking you, if you haven't been a donor, think about what you could do in your community with just $5 to change somebody's life. So with that, I want to quiz you guys on our promise. How many of you guys have heard of our promise? So some of you guys may be new to state service. I'm going to quiz you just for a few minutes and see how smart you are. And please just raise your hand if you know the answer to this. Our promise started in 1992. True or false? False. When did it start? 1957. Bang. That man is smart. The minimum donation is $2. What is it? $5, right. But if you've been grandfathered in like me, 1992, then yes, my minimum is $2. So I could go up $2. But I'm a leadership donor. Leadership donors donate over $1,000 a year. So Caltrans, woohoo, we're the best because we have the most leadership donors. Okay? So you guys need to compete with us and get that leadership up, right? Somebody said we need a raise. Okay? We all need a raise, okay? The next question. If you are donating, you do not need to have your social security number on the pledge form. True or false? Ooh, see, you guys are stumped. Yes, sir.
For making a change on the board.
You are correct. And if you are a new donor, you need to have that on your form. A lot of people get mad. Why do you need my social security number? Well, think about it, you guys. Hey, you want to be able to donate, right? The IRS comes to you and looks at your social security number. When you do anything, when you go to a job, they want your social security number. That's the first thing they look for. So you have to put your social security number on your pledge form. Because guess what? State controllers pays you by your social security number. Hello? So if you want that donation out, you have to put your social security number on your pledge form, okay? So thank you for that. Okay, the next question. Now this one is one that I always get. I can donate to my children or grandchildren's school if they are not a 501c3 through our promise. True or false? True. All you need is the tax ID. You can donate to whoever you want as long as they got a tax ID. So it doesn't have to be, it can be your kid's school, it can be your grandkid's school. But all they have to do is have a tax ID. So, like my dad's scholarship, nobody knows what that scholarship is but me. So I call consumers and say, hey, I need the tax ID number. Can you give me the tax ID number so I can donate monthly? Yeah, sure. I'm on the board now. So, hey, they're going to give me what I want, okay? So they give me the tax ID number and I can put it on my pledge form. We'll go over that in a few minutes. So my question to you guys is, when you're out there campaigning, you're going to ask these people. You're not going to tell them they have to donate. You're just going to ask. Just give them a little simple ask. That's all. And no one, I mean nobody, has to fill out that form. If they don't want to fill it out, don't feel offended at all. Okay? Because you're going to get some of those people. Some of those people are going to say, no, I don't want to fill this out. Okay. Next, move on. Okay? It's not mandatory. And some state departments tell people, it's mandatory that you fill it out. It's not. This has been a campaign that we, as state employees, as individuals, ask for. It's not for the state. Okay? So, with that, I'm going to start our Key Connector Training. And if there's questions, please raise your hand. Just say, hey, stop me, because I keep moving, because I don't want to keep you guys here longer than you have to. I know you got work to do, so I don't want to keep you here longer. But I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly, okay? So, Key Connector Training. There we go. Topics. What is our promise? United Way's rules in the Our Promise campaign, state employees' benefits that you get, the fees, the results and goals, rules and responsibilities, the pledge form, frequently asked questions, key campaign dates, our social media, best practices, and contact info. So that's what we're going to be going over today. What is our promise? We just went over that, okay? It's a state law. And again, it was mandated by us as state employees. We said, hey, we want to donate to a nonprofits in our area. How can we do that? So, like he said, in 1957, the government code 14659 came out. They made it a mandate and said, hey, state employees can donate. The Department of General Services has the MOU, which is a memo of understanding for the Our Promise campaign. State controllers, they control the money, right? So they're the ones that are going to take the money out of our checks every month for this campaign. What is the United Way's role? Again, under the DGS, under the MOU, and under United Ways, they facilitate the departmental campaign for this. It distributes money to the designated organization, whatever you designate it to, they distribute the money to it. It provides ongoing donor and volunteer support. It acts as a fiscal agent. So United Way it started under United Way. A lot of people don't know that, but the campaign really started under United Way. When I started in 92, it was United Way. Now it's Our Promise. United Way couldn't handle 300 and something thousand state employees. So they said, hey, whoa, we got to do something here. That's when they started the Our Promise campaign. Our Promise started about 5 years ago. Some of you guys may remember it as CSEC. It was the California charitable contribution back then. That wasn't too long ago, about 7, 8 years ago. You'd say about that? Yes, 7, 8 years ago. That's when Our Promise was generated because United Way said, hey, we need help. State employees' benefits can benefit any recognized 501c3 with what? How much? $5 per month. A friendly competition among agencies. Well, like I said, Caltrans is leading in the leadership. Hey, CHP leads all money, okay? Why? Because CHP has the Officers Memorial Scholarship. And a lot of people want to donate to that. And I'm down for that, donating to the officers. They do protect us, right? So, hey, I'm okay with that, as long as we can do the leadership. So, you guys, as I told Karina, you guys had 14% participation last year. So, 14%, my lady said back here, we want that up, right? So we do. I want you guys to get that up, okay? But that's going to help with you guys, okay? Ease of giving monthly through pay warrants, right? We talked about that. Monthly donations allow nonprofits better budgeting. It does. If you are donating monthly to your nonprofit organization, they are guaranteed that money. Let's say you want to donate this month, I'm going to donate $10. Well, maybe I can't donate that $10 next month. So maybe the next month I'm going to donate another $10. Your organization can't plan their budget because they don't know that you're going to be donating that other $10 next month or the few months down the line. But if they're getting a monthly salary, that's what we say, a monthly salary, then they know how to budget their money, okay? I'm good for that. I buy $5 worth of Starbucks, right? So I can donate that $5. Easy. Monthly donations allow us to budget. We went over that. Continue your legacy into retirement. Okay, this one, I'm game. My sister and my husband both don't. They retired this year. They're donors of my dad's scholarship. Hello, I'm not losing that money. Hey, here you go. Fill out this form for my donation to dad's scholarship. That's exactly what I did. Guess what? You got an Our Promise person right here. So I made them fill out the document. And if you pull the pledge form back there, on there, it has a designation for retirees. So if you know of somebody that's retiring right now, guess what? You bring the pledge form to them and you say, hey, let me know when you're retiring so then we can continue your donation. Now, it doesn't get credit for your department, but they can continue donating through their CalPERS retirement, okay? So that's what this is saying. Ease for retirees to give to dedicated, deducted, okay? Deducted directly from their CalPERS pension. See, I got all tongue-tied. Participate in the Leaders United program through retired annuitants. Yes, if they are a retired annuitant and they want to continue volunteering, Our Promise takes Leaders United. We do have one currently from Health and Human Services. She's been there 3 years and she's been helping. She just comes back from retirement to help with this campaign. So yes, if they're retired and they want to continue to help with the state, they can always be a Leaders United. Next slide. Hello. There we go. Fees. This is really important, you guys. People always ask about the fees. Fees, 14% total overhead fee. Bless you. State controllers deducts 35 cents per transaction, subject to change pending state controller's annual review. They haven't changed it, okay? Now, people complain about the money, okay? I get that. 35 cents is not a lot of money, you guys. It's really not. State controllers wants the money. Okay, we could give it to them, but it is all post-tax, so remember that, okay? If you're donating $20, that's the $20 you can put on your tax return and say, hey, I've been donating $20. $20, those fees, the IRS doesn't see those fees. That 35 cents, they don't see that. They see what you took out of your check. It was $5 or $20. That's all they see. They see it on your return. So it's 35 cents from state controllers. Breakdown of the overhead fee. 8% goes to the United Way. It's the California Capital Region is what this United Way here in this area is, okay? And their processing is 8%. 5.5% is the local United Way. 0.5 goes to Department of General Services, okay? So again, everybody wants to get a little cut, right? So it really, if you add that up, that's not a lot of money. It looks like it's what, 14.5 maybe? Maybe 15%? That's it. Results and goals. Raised last year, we raised almost $6 million in 2018. 3.5% decrease from 2017. So like I said, you guys had a 14% in participation for the Our Promise campaign. You want to move that up. Even a percentage is good. 11% of state employees participated. That's the whole state of California. That's really sad. It really is. If we only had 11% participating in the campaign last year, and I get it, a lot of people can't afford it. I get that. But You don't only have to donate, you guys. You can help in your community. I swear, last week I went to Loaves and Fishes. Everybody knows where Loaves and Fishes is, right? With doing this, we get to go out, what we call Make a Difference Mondays, and go out in our community and help. Going out to Loaves and Fishes was a huge eye-opener because I worked in Mary's house. If you've ever been in Mary's house at Loaves and Fishes, it's women all in there. And these women are coming in there to try to just get showers. Just think about that. You know, we go home every night and we can take a shower, but they're lining up, trying to get on the list for 6 o'clock shower the next day. I was like, whoa, here's the list. People coming in there to pick up their mail. Ladies coming in there to pick up their mail. Ladies coming in there just to get diapers and wipes for their kids. And they didn't have very many diapers. They didn't have very many wipes. So we, as a community, can take diapers, wipes, hand sanitizer, anything that you could think of, pills, to Loaves and Fishes. They need those donations. You can go to Dollar Store and get $20 worth and take it over to Loaves and Fishes. But these are some of the things that you can just do in your community to help. The little small things. It won't be a lot. Next slide. 100% ask. Like I said, you're not forcing anybody to do this. You just ask them. I'm asking you guys, just $5, okay? You can ask, okay? Nobody, and I mean nobody, has to do this. You just ask them, okay? 13% participation. Increase the dollars on current gifts. Have fun while helping nonprofits. I'm doing it. I'm having fun. I'm out here talking to you guys. So I'm having fun with just doing this campaign and just informing people about Loaves and Fishes, my dad's scholarship, anything else that I can do. It's my community. It's my privilege. I enjoy it. Next slide. Here's your guys' roles and responsibilities. Sign and turn in the 2019 confidential agreement form. If you haven't already, please do that with Karina, okay? Because after this, guess what? You're going to be certified to go out there and say, hey, how you doing? Can you just help me with this campaign? You know, we have $5. We're just asking for $5. You know, if you don't want to donate, then, you know, there's tons of nonprofit organizations out there that really need your help. What can people tell you? No? Don't get offended if they say no. Just be happy about it. Did you have a question? Go ahead. Post-tax. Post-tax. Work closely with your department campaign chair to achieve objectives in campaign plan. Make an informed and educated ask of every employee assigned to you, right? Remember our goal, 100% ask. Answer questions and refer to the frequently asked questions for help. Assist in conducting campaign presentations, kickoffs, events, distribute and collect your pledge forms. Ensuring employees have properly completed their pledge forms. Again, that's where the auditors and you as key connectors make sure that that pledge form is completely filled out. If you didn't get a key connector toolkit, the key connector toolkit will help you with managing them and auditing them at the end, okay? Because you want to make sure that all that information that is needed on the form is there, okay? Lock and secure all collected pledge forms. That's the most important thing because you have people's social security numbers. I seen somebody one time And I literally just floored myself. They set it all up on their credenza, okay? And they left all that stuff right there with their credenza open, okay? It had people's social security numbers on it. And I went to the supervisor and said, wait, hey, hello. Can you make sure that Marcia secures that? Because it has people's pledge forms and their social security numbers on it. Oh, yeah. You don't want to leave that out, okay? Because guess what? I'm going to come to you if my social security number is exposed. See, you don't want that. It's always been secure over at the Our Promise area. So that's never been a problem with people getting their social securities compromised. A lot of people are uncomfortable about that. That's fine. There are confidential envelopes that you can put their social security number and their pledge form in. Karina has some of those, okay? If you need more, please let her know, let me know. I will bring some more out here to you guys. I don't have a problem because I'm all about security, okay? Yes, sir.
Can we also use the confidential envelopes that are circulated to our office?
You can if that's what you want and you don't have the confidential envelopes. Yes, as long as you put that person's name on the top of it and say Our Promise. All checks, that's the other thing that I want to make sure you guys know. All checks should be to Our Promise, not to the designated nonprofit. Our Promise will give that money to the designated location, whoever it is. And we don't accept coins. I know some of you guys like to do the penny wars or the coins, okay? That's okay, but you have to go and cash that money in to get cash or put a check. Just write a check. I prefer you get a money order, okay? Because that way it won't look like it's coming from you. It's coming from the donations that you got to turn in, the coins, okay? So just my suggestion. The pledge form. Now we're getting ready to go into the pledge form. If you didn't get a pledge form back there, we're going to go over it so you can know where and what to look at, okay? So I'm going to pull one real quick. And you might want to fill it out too. That's okay if you want to fill it out because we're going to go over it. So the pledge form, we're going to distribution to all employees, right? Completion by the employees. Collection by you, the key connectors, right? Some departments have their own auditors, okay, for this campaign. So if you have auditors, that's perfectly fine. They're the ones that always look at information anyway, so they can audit the forms. Return to Our Promise. That's me. Submission to the SCO, which is State Controller's Office. Set up your designations to the nonprofits. Optional to complete. Again, it's not mandatory, so you're not forcing anyone to do this. This is the very most important part of this whole thing, okay? So we're going to look at the very top of your form here, okay? Wait a minute. Oh, hey, you want to put me up on blast? Okay. Box A through E is required by the state controller to be completed exactly how it appears on your pay warrant, including your full Social Security number. Okay? So box A, like I said, it has to have your Social Security number. If there's a change, if you're new, if you want to just do up your donations, you still have to put in your Social Security number up there. And some people think, hey, my name is Don. People think it's D-O-N. No, all ladies are D-A-W-N, okay? So if my family uses a nickname, Sunshine, and I'm always out there, everybody call me Sunshine. Hey, Sunshine, hey. I can't put that on my promise form. Just because they call me Sunshine, I can't put that on there. I have to put what's on my pay warrant. So when you get it from state controllers, if it says Don J. Clark Lamb, that's me. I don't go by Sunshine on my pay warrant. If you go by Bob and your name is William, sorry, boo-boo, we can't put Bob on there. We have to put William, okay? So it's exactly how it is on their pay warrant, okay? So again, make sure that your folks are putting their physical name from their pay warrant on there, okay? That's box B. And C is your agency number, okay? Now, if you don't know your agency number, look on your paycheck warrant, right? It's always on there. Karina should know your agency code, okay? She received all the pledge forms pre-printed with your agency code on there, okay? Your unit. Well, I work in IT over at Caltrans, so IT's unit number should be on here, okay? So make sure that your unit number, if you don't have a pledge form and you get a blank pledge form, when you're filling it out, make sure that you fill it out with your unit, okay? E, this is really important, you guys. E, if you get these pledge forms and you see it has 3 X's on it, that's the most important thing. Why? Because that means that person is not donating. That person has never donated. So that's the person you really want to go to and say, hey, how you doing? You know, I received your pledge form and I see that you have 3 X's up there. Have you ever donated or wanted to donate to your church? How about your kid's school? Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe your church. Oh, I didn't think about that. You know, you could write them in on your pledge form and donate monthly to them. I think they might love having a monthly donation from you. Just put on that little cute smile, maybe they might donate, okay? If they have 3 numbers there, that means that they've already been donating. So they may have a change. I'm one of those ones, every year I change. I add a nonprofit on there, or I up my dad's scholarship. That's always going to be a given, because we always get just a little bit of raise every July, right? So that's how I look at it. Every July, I can up my donation, because our promise is coming, see? So I'd up it maybe $5, I might up it $10. Hey, I got a good raise. Hey, I'm going to go 20, you know? So that's how I look at it. That's how I can help my community, right? Box E, we went over box E. Here, now is selecting your donations, okay? Select 1 through 7. If applicable, enter monthly amount and annual total, okay? So here, where it says manage donations, okay? If they got the 3 X's, guess what? Number 1. That's what they want to. They want to check box 1, where it says start a new ongoing payroll deduction. And over here where it says monthly, $5 minimum, if you look in the middle, it says times 12, right? So that means that person got to say, let's say $5, right? Times 12 equals $60, okay? So in the total annual is $60, okay? So you have to make sure that is there. If they didn't calculate it for you, I'm sorry, you got to make sure you take it back and say, hey, I need you to calculate this for me. It's a pain in the butt. I get it. But you need to turn it back into them because you want them to fill this out, not you. Okay? But you have to make sure that that's on there. And when you're passing them out, make sure that they're aware that that's on there too. Okay? The next one is change your current ongoing donations. My man over here, he said it, changing, right? Like I said, I'm always changing it. So that's the one I'm always mark is change, okay? Again, I got to put in the amount that I'm changing it from to, okay, for a 12-month period. I'm going to keep my leadership. I ain't going to change that, but I'm going to make sure that I have that in there, okay? Here's my favorite, retiring. Remember, my husband retired in June 28th. That was his last day of working. So I filled this form out really quickly for him and said, hey, June 28th, my baby is retiring. Hey, after 35 years, okay, he's still donating, thanks to his wife, right? One-time donation. So here's where you get the cash or the checks, okay? So let's say, example, high-speed rail. High-speed rail has some state employees, but they also have consultants, okay? If Consumer Affairs has the same thing, then guess what? Your consultants can donate one time too, okay? I had a consultant from high-speed rail donated $10,000 last year. I'm like, wow, wait a minute. You got money like that? You can donate $10,000? I immediately raced that check back over to the Our Promise campaign. Y'all, here's a $10,000 check. Cash that. Fast. But that helped high-speed rail's numbers. See? So you can get a one-time donation. That's easy. But it counts against Consumer Affairs. Yes, ma'am. You can make any donations year-round with Our Promise, okay? They're not getting a monthly state employee check? So if they want, sign a blank pledge form and send that in. They do a one-time donation, see? So it's the same concept, but they're not getting paid through the state. So they're considered like a part-time employee or PI, something like that. We had that come up because there's part-time employees at Parks and Recreation. They're seasonal employees. They can donate as long as it's monthly and they're getting a monthly check, but they're not getting a monthly check. They're getting it every once in a while. So if you want to donate $5 or that $100 and you're getting monthly, you don't mind it coming out of your paycheck, that's fine. But in that instance, I would say one-time donation. And you can always go to the Our Promise site and pull it up as a blank pledge form, just like this one. And they can put it in and send it over to the Our Promise office, okay? Mind you, I won't be there in March. No, I'm going back to Caltrans in March. I wish I was retiring. Okay, so we lost our connection up here. Oh, here we are right here. Okay, they switched it on me, right? So we went over this. Now it's time for us to go to the bottom of this form where it says select nonprofits. So let's say again, this person wants to donate to Loaves and Fishes, the person she was talking about, okay? So the person wants to donate to Loaves and Fishes, they would go in here. Loaves and Fishes is in that. Now we get the big donor guides. I don't know, I'm old school, so we used to get the big donor guides with all the nonprofit organizations in there. Karina, can you pull up one of those donor guides over there for me? The big guide, the gray one. Oh, you passed it. There you go. She got one right here. This one. This is the big donor guide. Yes. This has all of the nonprofit organizations in there that have been certified with our promise. Okay? There's over 1,900, I believe, in here. That's a lot. No, and once again, if they're not in here, you have their tax ID, you can put it on the form, okay? But these are the ones that signed up to be certified to get into this guide, okay? So no, they're not all in here, okay? And these are from Northern California all the way to Southern California, okay? So those that are on the webcast or WebExing, you have nonprofits in this guide too that you can donate to, okay? Thank you, ma'am. I can bring some more back. She may have some more at her desk. You don't have any more? Okay, I'll bring you some more back, I promise. I promise. Yes, sir. You're right. So you can go to the website. And see, you brought up a good point. Yes, you can do that too. You can tell your employees, yes, you can go to the website and find all of them on the website too. Yes. Anything and everything is on the Our Promise website. Okay? So, down here on the bottom, where it says, write in your favorite nonprofit organization. That's where you're going to put in, if you don't see it in the guide, that's where you're going to put it in as your nonprofit organization that you want to donate. But again, you need that person's tax ID in order to donate, okay? If, let's say you got 4 or 5 of them that are not in that guide and you want to donate to them, you can put it on a Word doc, okay? Make sure you put your name at the top, though, so in case it gets lost, they know whose form it is. You don't have to put your Social Security number on it, but just put your Word doc attached with your name and Our Promise on the top of the Word doc, okay? And put your tax IDs all on there, how much you want to donate, the same as you would right here, okay? And I think there's a little notation on the bottom here that says, if you need more space, check this box, fill out an additional pledge form with the contact and select sections only. Total all pages and sign the first page only. Submit all pages together. So you can do a blank pledge form or a Word doc, okay? Does anybody have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So it talks about it's got to be
Schools, a lot of schools are 501(c)(3). If they're not, again, all you need is their tax ID.
so it's okay to write it.
Yes, absolutely. If it's, I say grandkids because I'm that age, but if my grandkids and I wanted to donate to their school, let's say, which I do, there's a private school, charter school in DC that I donate to. And I donate to it because my girlfriend grew up with me. We were childhood girls. So I donate to her school. She came back and she told me that my donations helped provide a washer and dryer in her school. That little small thing helped, see? So it doesn't have to be here in my community. It can be in DC, okay? Any more questions before I go? Yes, ma'am. You can shred them. Dawn doesn't want them back. No. If they're not here, they're retired, uh, another agency, just shred them. Please shred them, okay? You don't have to turn them back into me. Get rid of them. That means shred, okay? You're welcome. No. Why are you supposed to be responsible to send it to that agency? You're not supposed to be responsible for that. No, don't worry about it. If they went to another agency, these have been printed out. These were printed out as of June 1st, paycheck warrant, okay? So if they left the agency, let's say in May, okay, and you received their pay or their pledge form, again, shred it. Because guess what? They're going to be at that new agency, and the new agency is going to give them a blank one like this. And they're going to say, hey, I need you to fill this out. Especially if they're a donor. They were a donor here, but they went to Caltrans. So now they're a donor at Caltrans, okay? But Caltrans is going to give them a blank pledge form like this and say, fill this out, okay? And they say, hey, I want to up my donations. That's okay. Just fill it in here. All they need is, like I said, their social security number, their name from their pay warrant, and then now they're at a new agency. So they're going to need the agency code, okay? But you at Consumer Affairs do not need to worry about that, okay? Move on. Any more questions yet? Okay, good. So, 2019 pledge form. Sign, date, and confirm the money. Only use ink. Donor must confirm total annual amount they wish to donate. So at the very, very bottom of this, you can see here where it says sign, okay? And then it has their box where they say it's supposed to be a signature there, date, and then now that's very new. They didn't have that last year. Now they have a box to confirm how much your donation is. And I want to put it bluntly. Last year, I had a lady that wanted to donate $2,400 a month, okay? Whoa. I had to call her and say, ma'am, did you realize that you are donating $2,400 a month? She said, yeah. I want to donate that. I said, oh, okay. I'm going to forward your pledge form back to you. Can you fill it out and sign it, because she didn't sign it, and send it back to me? Now, I didn't want to do that because guess what? It might just get lost. And that's $2,400 a month. So did I really want to send it to her email? No, I really didn't. I said, ma'am, can I come to your office? Do you mind me? Oh, no. Okay. So Dawn went out to her office. That's $2,400. But I wanted to make sure that's what she wanted to donate. Okay? So you can ask them, are you sure that's what you want to donate? If it looks, something crazy like that, yes, you might want to check with them and make sure. But this year, they want you to sign it and tell us exactly, that's how much money I want to donate per month. Yes, Miss Wendy? I would say yes. I would say just make sure that they sign and date. Yes. Yes, that's what, I think it says that. Confirm total donation, annual donation. Change, well, it does say change, so consider increasing it. It may say, but make no changes. So is that one underneath there, or number 5? Nope, it doesn't say that. So that, hey, all I do is follow what's underneath each item. That's how I do it, and I'm sure that's how they want it. So again, use your best judgment. Read that detail underneath. If it says that they need to do that, then that's what you do. Okay? Don't try to extra think this. Just do what it's here. Okay? We don't want you guys to have to think extra or do anything out of the ordinary that you're not supposed to do. Just follow what it says on here. That's all you got to do. Are you turning me off up here? Shut up. Oh, there we go. Back to it. Okay, do we go? Nope. There we go. So, frequently asked questions from our donors. I am unsure about providing my Social Security number to the Key Connector. We went over that. Any questions about it? No. Okay. I can send my nonprofits a check monthly. Why should I give through Our Promise? Well, we went over that too. If you ain't getting the monthly, then I'm not secure about your donation, right? It's better for me to give monthly so that I know how much I'm going to be budgeting, okay? I can't afford to give much more than $5 a month. Does that amount really make a difference? It makes a huge difference, and I'm going to show you why. This is your donor resource guide, okay? In this donor resource guide, if you already have one, look at the very back of this pamphlet, okay? Right here, it says, make a difference, okay? It tells you all the things that money is going to help. They got health, they have children's and education, civil rights, animals, we all love animals. Human resources, bless you. Human resources. So all these things, and this is really what I love seeing about this, because it breaks it all down for us. It tells us and it tells your employees where those donations are going to. Like I said, loaves and fishes. That's resources right here. What? It can be civil rights. It can be health. It can be for children, because there's a lot of children at Loaves and Fishes, right, that are with their parents. Again, as I was there the other week, there was a young lady that came up asking for diapers. She had a 2-year-old on this side, and she had a 7-month-old in this arm. She's asking for diapers and wipes. And she asked me, is there a place that I could stay tonight? You know how hard that was for me to tell her, I don't know? I mean, she was a young lady. My daughter's 27. She was about the same age. And me being a mother, that broke me, So helping can help stuff like that, okay? But this also educates people of where the dollars are going, okay? I didn't mean to make you cry. I know I was there too. I'm an emotional person, and it pulled my heartstrings just to see that. But again, those are things that we can help. In just 5 minutes, I worked out there for 4 hours, okay? And I'm not a person that goes to Loaves and Fishes or helps out in the homeless, but I'm going to help more because there's a lot of people out there that need our help. So I'm going to do that again, just on my own GP. Not through Our Promise, but on my own personal, because it touched me. It really did. So this is a good guide for you to use with your employees, okay? Just to get them aware of where their money is going. So if you guys need more of these, I'll definitely bring you some more of these, okay? Because it does help. Some key campaign dates. Tomorrow is the big kickoff. Man, we are going to be swamped out there. It's the big kickoff for Our Promise. That's what's going to kick us all off. September the, what, 2nd, 3rd, September the 3rd is when everything starts, okay? For our promise, it starts on the 1st, but guess what? The 1st is a Sunday. The 2nd is Labor Day. The 3rd is Tuesday. So September 3rd is when it's going to start for state employees, okay? So that's the most important. If you guys have an opportunity tomorrow to come out to the north steps of the state capitol, come out as a team. Come out and just see. There's going to be 150 nonprofit organizations out there. We're going to have all kinds of free stuff at all those nonprofit organizations because they're going to bring out pens. Us as state workers, unfortunately, we like free stuff. So we go to the free stuff, okay? So they're going to have tons of that stuff out there. Our promise is going to have stuff out there, okay? Pens and just different things. They got hand sanitizer this year. That's a good thing. Grocery bags, backpacks. So our promise is going to have their stuff out there, okay? Sunglasses. They have all kinds of stuff. So come out, bring your teams. There will probably be some food trucks out there. There will be some protesters on the other side, and there'll be protesters on the Capitol side. So we want to kind of stay clear of them, but on the north steps is where our promise stuff is going to be. So just make sure you come on the north side and not them other sides. We don't want to have you tangled up in that stuff, okay? So just be aware of that. October 31st, the campaign ends. It officially ends the 31st. We at Our Promise want all of the pledge forms in on that date. They should be into our office by that date, end of business, okay? Now that don't mean that you end your campaign on the 31st. I got a whole lot of state employees saying, hey, I want to end my campaign on the 31st. Well, guess what? Dawn cannot calculate and process all those pledge forms on the 31st. I'm trying to trickle them in before then, so that way you can all get accounted for, all that good work you did, okay? So try to have it to our office by the 31st. March 2020 is the big thank you breakfast, okay? And that's where Our Promise likes to thank all of our department chairs, our key connectors, our vice chairs. Last year was my first time at that thank you breakfast, and last year I had to do the speech. If you've seen the leadership program announcement or form, it has my big ugly face on the front, okay? Because I had to do that speech. Mind you, I did that speech 3 days after I buried my mom. So again, you can tell where my passion is. I talked about my dad that day. I don't remember what I said, but everybody said you did a good job. I was so frazzled from my mom. I don't remember, but I say it this way. My mom and dad were on my shoulders, sitting there to tell me, you can do this and you can stand up and make a difference. And that's why I did it, okay? So again, if you are lucky enough to come to that thank you breakfast, please do, because it's very gratifying to see all the state employees in there and all the work that we have done to thank us for all this work that we're doing, okay? How will you join Our Promise? Well, you can share, you can snap, you can Instagram, you can Facebook, you can do whatever you want to. Our Promise is on all of those social medias, okay? Best practices. Conduct a strong educational campaign. Believe in Our Promise and the worthy nonprofits it supports. Bring nonprofits into your campaign. Do not take rejection personally. Make it personal. Tell your story. I told you guys my story. Communicate through the campaign. Always do that. Always do that. If you have a story like mine, share it with your colleagues. Maybe somebody doesn't know about your story. A lot of people don't know about my story. So that's why I tell my story, because I think it's very powerful and it's an impact in my community. Changing students' lives, student athletes' lives at consumers is very personal to me. Very personal, because that's where my dad worked. It provided food on our table all those many years. So I make it personal all the time, okay? Here's our team out at the Our Promise office. These people are there year round. Ben, Tabitha is the director in the middle, and Angelica is the administrative assistant, okay? Those people are there year round. They handle 300,000 state employees. Think about that. 3 people. That's why they need folks like me and the other 7 people that are out there from other state agencies. This is their number for their donor hotline. For any questions you have, please write this number down. Here's the website that you were referring to, ourpromiseca.org, okay? Questions and answers. If there's some questions that I can still answer for you guys were a great crowd. I really do appreciate you guys. I'm glad that you all were able to come. I know it's hard to get away from your little job, but I'm glad you guys came out and just showed your face. And all you guys that are online up there too. But I want to just take this time and ask, is there any other questions that I didn't answer? If there's something that you don't understand, I have my business cards for Our Promise office. You can call me or just shoot me a text, because I have my personal cell phone number on there, and say, hey, I don't understand this. I need some more questions. I do not mind, because I want to help you guys. Yes, ma'am. You can start today. If you want to start today and getting your staff all geared up, yes, ma'am. You can start today. After training, that's a good time for you to start, because a lot of people do. Right after they get out of training, they start handing out pledge forms. And now you've already got your training, so you're ready to go. I hope I inspired you guys. I really do. I hope that I wasn't too chatty Cathy. I hope that I got my point across. Like I said, I'm here to help you guys. And I want to make sure that you guys move that 14% up a little bit. So anything that I can help, I have my cards, and I'll make sure that you guys can get them before you leave, okay? Yes, ma'am. January 1st. January 1st. So that's why they need me there until November, middle of November. That's when I go back, like the week before Thanksgiving. I go back to Caltrans. So I want to try to have everything done before I go back. So they have to turn in everything to the state controller by December 15th. So if they get everything in by December 15th, then January 1st, that deduction is going to start coming out. The check dated, as soon as we turn it in to our fiscal or our financial office over there at Our Promise, they immediately will turn that into the bank. It will go for 2020, because this is the 19 pledge form year. Okay? So it'll go against your department for the 2020 results. Okay? For one. It'll be cash this year, but it's counting towards 19 pledge year, okay? Because this is 2019 pledge year. So it's going to count against 2019's pledge year. Because they're going to turn it in right then and there, right? And if it's a one-time donation, it's going to be against this pledge year. Yes. For a one-time donation only, okay? Because like I said, that $10,000 check, I turned in right then and there, and guess what? They turned it into the bank. So that went for 18's pledge year, see? So that's what it's going to go towards, okay? What you can do is make a copy of the pledge form, and you can give it to them as a receipt. Now, if you, as a employee that gets it out every year or wants it, the donation taken out monthly, you can contact Our Promise and get the form that they send out with all of the donations that you give to, which every year they send me. It has a list of all the designated donations that I want to give to. And then it tells me at the bottom how much total that was. Like I said, I'm over $1,000 a year. So it'll add up to, I think it's like $1,800 a year that I give. So it'll tell me these are designations that you have added up to that 1,800. Same thing, if they want that. But again, if it's one time, I would make a copy of this pledge form, because you're going to have to fill out the pledge form anyway with who they want that designated to, okay? So I would act as this is their receipt. Just make a copy of it. Or ask them, make a copy of your pledge form. I always do, because that's my receipt. That's how I look at it. It's my receipt so that I know. And then if later on I want to contact the Our Promise office and say, hey, can I get that letter you have? They'll send me the letter and I can attach it to this. See? So in the meantime, that's what you want to do. Yes, ma'am. They can fill out the decline, but again, why do I want to see them decline? You can just shred it, okay? I don't need to see that. Yeah, I mean, it's just paper to me, really. And again, some departments tell you you got to still turn it in, but the Our Promise office is going to just shred it. So why transport it from here to there? That's how I'm looking at it, okay? Just shred it. Any more questions? Starts January 1st. Yes, ma'am. Any more questions? You guys are so good. See, I'm an IT person, and I feel you on that, okay? I think we've been saying that for years and years. I've been saying it at least 5 or 6, okay? That's a state controller issue right now, okay? If you know state controller, and I see you looking down, so yeah. I think Tabitha has been trying to work on that for some time now. But some departments are concerned about people hacking, which is understandable. So how do we get around that? That's what we have to look at. How do we get around that? And she needs to pretty much talk to people in that field, IT people, maybe, you know? Yes. So they've been working on it, and it would make it a whole lot easier for us as state employees. We won't have this. Right? some of that cost that they say on there that they charge us, right, it'll cut on a whole lot of cost. But maybe that's why they don't do it. Because controllers be like, you know what, I'm going to be losing that 35 cents. So, you know, it's just a common asked question. I get that all the time. How come they just don't put it online? Well, now, another day, huh? Any more questions? Well, that's it, you guys. I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you so much. If you want my cards, I have them here.